Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Arquavian. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a paranormal story time. Y'all, I got some crazy paranormal stories to tell y'all, and it's just so much. I'm not going to cover it all in this video, but if you want more, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, and turn on that bell notification, and there will definitely be more coming. So, this house that we were moving into, upon seeing it for the first time, I just felt bad energy from this house. Like, the energy was so heavy and negative, and it just felt like really angry. Like, the house just felt angry. Like, whenever I was in that house, it just felt like pure anger in there. So we move in, and our first night there, I'm asleep in my bedroom. Me and my brother shared a bedroom upstairs. My sister had her own bedroom upstairs, and my mom and my stepdad at the time slept downstairs in the bigger room by the front door area. So I get up out of my sleep, and mind you, I'm a light sleeper, so I hear everything when I'm asleep. So I go downstairs. I had heard something downstairs, so I'm thinking, oh, everybody's still woke. And it was the weekend, and I didn't even go to bed till like 1 in the morning. So at this time, it's like 4 a.m. So I'm hearing like commotion downstairs, like people are moving around, walking, and just doing normal stuff. So I go downstairs and check, and it's dark down there, like completely dark. Nobody's awake. I go in my mom's room. She's asleep. Her and my stepdad are asleep. And I'm like, well, where's all this noise coming from? Me, I'm still to this day scared of dark. Like, I don't play with dark. I need some kind of light going on. So I'm in the living area. I had just finished, trying to wake my mom up. She's like, go back to bed, go to sleep, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, whatever, she's asleep. She's not trying to hear me right now. So I come out of her room and I look to my left. If you look to your left when you come out of her room, you can see the long hall that leads to the back of the house. So I'm looking, and it's just pitch black. Pitch black. Mind you, in the dining room, there was a big window on the right side. Like, if I'm looking down the hall, there's a big window on the right side, and in the kitchen, there's a big window above the sink. There's, like, no kind of, like, light coming in, like, from the outside lights or nothing. It's just pitch black. And I'm just like freaking out. I'm scared to even run back upstairs to get in bed because it's so dark. So I'm just looking, and all I saw was a black shadow come forward and go backwards. Like, it was just like a black entity. Like, it wasn't even a shadow. It was just like the whole room just went pitch black, then it went backwards. Like, and then it just went back. And then, I ran up them stairs so fast. You would have thought it was Looney Tunes. I ain't with the shits. I ain't with the shits. So I ran back upstairs in my room, and I had turned the hall light on. For some reason, I used to hate when they turned the lights off at night. Like, I usually, when I go to bed, I leave like the hall light on or some kind of light on so that, I can feel, comfortable falling asleep. But throughout the night, they would turn the lights off. I hate that because when I wake up and it's pitch black, I'm instantly scared. Like, I'm freaking out. Fast forward, I get back in bed, and I'm laying there, and I always kept my closet door closed. Now, the closet that I had in this house, it was so weird. Like, it wasn't a walk-in closet, but like you'll walk in, and it went like that. It went like this and like that. It didn't go back. It was just like a long closet, but it was deep. Like, it went deep that way and deep that way. And it was just so creepy. That closet was so creepy. I always kept that door closed. So the door's closed. I climb back in bed. I'm trying to go back to sleep. Like, I cannot sleep without a fan. Like, now I know why back then I couldn't sleep, because I could not sleep without a fan. But somehow I managed to. So I'm trying to go back to sleep. And like, I'm half asleep at this point, but every time I will open my eyes and take a glance, it's like the door like opened itself. Like, I remember at one point when I opened my eyes, the door was like cracked open, almost like somebody turned the knob and then just left it like cracked. And then like I had dozed off for a minute, woke up, and it was more open. Dozed off, woke up, and at this point it's completely open. Now I'm like freaking out. So I get up at the top bunk. Me and my brother had bunk beds. So I climb up at the top bunk with my brother, and I'm like, sleeping up there with him because like I'm scared. Like, I'm not having this. I'm the only one seeing this right now. Everybody sleep. I'm freaking out. And like when we moved into that house, like before that, I would always sleep close to my mom because I always felt more comfortable sleeping close to her for some reason. Like I just felt protected, or like bad ghosts and spirits couldn't touch me when I was, near my mom. So I always felt comfortable sleeping next to her. But she wasn't having that. She's like, y'all getting too old. Y'all need to start sleeping in your own rooms. Like, y'all got your own spaces now. Y'all gonna be sleeping in your rooms. And I understand where she was coming from. Like, we were getting to that age now where we had to learn to sleep in our own rooms. So I was not allowed to go downstairs and sleep in her room at all. Like, we had to sleep in our room and our room only. So I get up there and I climb up there and I fall asleep with my brother. Next day comes. The next day comes and actually it's not the next day. I believe it was a little further down the line. My grandmother comes over and she's babysitting us and she brings her boyfriend with her. Long story short, they ends up falling asleep on the couch, and me, my brother, and my sister are sitting in the living room playing the Nintendo 64. At least me and my brother was. I don't know what my sister was doing. She was probably playing with her Barbies or something. But we're playing Nintendo 64, and I keep hearing noises coming from the far back room. Now, let me describe the back room to you. The back room was like a small, like, wash area, and the dryer was up there, but the washer was downstairs, which was weird to me. Why is the dryer and the washer separated like that? I did not like that area one bit. That was the creepiest area in that house. So I'm hearing like footsteps back there, and they're loud, like they're stumping. And I'm like, y'all don't hear that? They're like, no. And I'm like, okay, I know I'm not crazy. So I go back there and I look, and that basement was always so dark. Like, we would put a light bulb down there, and within 2 days, it's blown out. Like, that basement was always pitch black dark. Like, there was no light coming in through the windows down there, nothing. It was just pure darkness. I didn't like that basement. So I go to the back and look, and I'm looking down into the basement. I don't see nothing but darkness. And I'm like, all right, let me quit looking before something really pops up on my ass. So I go back to the front, and we're playing the Nintendo 64, and my grandmother just jumps up, and she screamed a little bit. Like, she's gasping for air, like, who just hit me? And I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? We just sitting over here. Nobody's over there. Nobody touched you. She's like, no, something just hit me. Something just touched me. And I'm like, no, like, no, I didn't see anything. But it was that spirit. Like, it did something to her. And after that, she was just like skeptical of like sleeping over there. She didn't want to be over there at all because of that situation that happened to her. So the next day after that happened to her, we're sitting in the living room, and mind you, it's nighttime again, and the light all the way in that back room where the dryer is blinking on and off. Like, it's literally blinking. Like, it'll blink on, then it'll blink a bunch of times, then it'll blink off. It was like a pattern. Like, it was like blink, blink, off, blink, 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 on. And then it kept blinking, and it just kept doing that. And at this point, it's me, my brother, my sister, and somebody was babysitting us. I can't remember who. My grandmother was not coming back. She was like, forget that. Somebody was babysitting us. So I'm sitting against the front door like, let some shit pop off. Let some shit pop off. I'm going to be the first one up out this mug. I don't play that. I ain't with shits. I'll be up out this mug so fast, you ain't even got to open the door. I'll run through the door. Don't do me. So the light's blinking, and eventually it just stops. Like, it just shuts off. And we all just looking like, yo, what the hell was that? Like, this house was so weird. And then one night I was asleep. It wasn't that night. I'm trying to give y'all as much as I can in a small time frame, because we lived in that house for 5 years, and it's so much that happened. I can't tell it all in this one story time. But if y'all want more, let me know. So one night in particular, I was sleeping in my room, and again, they turned the hall light off, and it's pitch black in my room. So the way that the stairs that lead upstairs to our bedrooms, there was a door that blocks, people from coming upstairs. So that door was closed. And once that door is closed, no light is getting up there. Like, it's just pitch black dark. I wake up and I notice that. And I'm like, oh my God, now I can't go back to sleep because it's dark and I'm scared. Like, I'm shaking. Bruh, why did I start hearing footsteps? Footsteps coming up the stairs. And I'm like, Mom. I'm like, Mom. And I'm like yelling, I'm like, Mom, Mom, Mom. Nobody answering, but I can hear footsteps coming up the stairs. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm just laying there with the cover over my face like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. At this point, me and my brother were sleeping at the bottom bunk together because I wasn't trying to sleep alone. Like, I needed somebody there to, make me feel comfortable and somewhat safe. But we were sleeping on the bottom bunk and all I hear is footsteps. And then as they got to the top, they stopped. The footsteps stopped. And I'm like, oh my God, whatever was walking up them stairs is up here now. So it's like, now or never. So I'm like, okay, I'm literally finna die. Like, I'm freaking out, like, oh my God. So I roll over, put the cover over my head, and I have my eyes closed and I'm trying to tune it out. Mind you, there's no kind of noise. Like, I need a fan. Like, when you have a fan, you can't hear all that other stuff like that's going on. So I can hear everything. Like, I hear it walking slowly towards my room. Walking slowly towards my room. And we had carpet, so it was just creaks on the floor, like the floor is creaking. It was just walking slowly towards my room. Why my room? My sister's room was right in front of the stairs. Why couldn't you go in her room? Why you gotta come messing with me? Go bother her. Why you wanna bother me? Like, I'm just trying to go to bed. So the footsteps come closer and closer to my door, but I don't see anything. So I don't see anything there. It's just pitch black dark. So I'm just looking like, what? So I'm like, hello? Hello? Like asking like, who's there? Hello? Like the little kids do in the movies. Oh my God. And I'm like, who's there? What do you want? Like, I'm so dramatic. Like, I'm finna cry. Like, what do you want from me? Who are you? Like, why are you doing this to me? Like, I'm just super dramatic. But like, nothing ended up coming into the room. Nothing touched me. Nothing happened. Like, it never really like did anything to me physically. I just feel like it was doing things to like frighten me, basically. Until we almost moved out. So we're talking like 5 years down the road. The last week that we were living in that house, something actually did hold me down in the bed. Like, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't talk, I couldn't scream or anything. I was asleep in the bed, and I don't ever sleep on my back. I'm usually a side sleeper or a stomach sleeper, but for some reason this night, I ended up on my back sleeping. And I wake up, and all I see is a black mass just laying over me, and I'm just like held down on the bed, and all I could do is blink. All I could do is blink. I can't talk. I can't scream. I can barely breathe. And I'm just like, oh my God. And it's just like a dark shadow just sitting over me. And I hear like voices. I hear voices like whispers, like all over the place, just like whispers really, 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 really fast. So I just started crying. Like, in my head, I'm crying like, only thing I can get out is tears. I couldn't get out words. I couldn't scream. I couldn't move my fingers. I couldn't move at all. All I could do was cry. So I'm just laying there crying. So eventually I just closed my eyes and I fell asleep. I believe I passed out because I was so scared, but we just gonna say I fell asleep. I fell asleep, I woke up, and it was just like, what? I just felt so drained and just so like weird. I just felt drained. Like that thing was sucking energy out of me or something. So freaking weird. Like that spirit was so weird. It never hurt me or anything, but it was just like picking with me. I didn't appreciate that. Why me of all people? I guess it's because like I have empath traits. Like, I have empath things about me. Like, I can sense people's energies. I can feel the energies in a room. Like, I can tell if people don't like me. I can tell if people feeling me. Like, I can tell if I'm not wanted somewhere. I can tell if the vibe of a party is bad. I can walk into a club and I know right off rip if I'm gonna get my life or not. Like, that's just something that I've just been gifted with. And it's cool and all, but it's like sometimes that can be draining. And whatever the energy that was coming from that spirit was so draining. So draining and so negative. So we ended up moving out of there to this other place. And I'm gonna just stop the story time there. There's more. Like, if y'all want more, let me know, because I don't want this video to be too long. So make sure y'all like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and make sure that you comment and let me know if you would like to know more things that happened in this house. So much happened, like, oh my God, a lot happened. From my bullying experiences, paranormal, sleep paralysis, being pushed down the basement stairs. There's a lot. Like, just let me know, comment down below if you want to know more details and more stories about what happened in that house, and I'll definitely tell them to you guys. For real, for real. But it's late. I just took a shower. I'm finna hit the bed. You guys stay safe. Make sure you're washing your hands, practicing your social distancing, and, you know, being safe. All right? Y'all take care now. I love y'all.